Yeah, that is so strange. Okay, well, it looks like it cannot be fixed. I apologize for anybody listening. I tried to fix it. It's not working for some reason or another. I don't know why. And I guess during the actual live stream, we'll try to figure it out from there. But anyway, welcome to the live stream. Welcome to the Song Theory live stream today. This is my second ever live stream. And I'm excited because I know you guys have been supporting the channel so much, and I appreciate it. If you guys would like to support the channel even more, you can actually do something called Super Chat. So Super Chat, basically, you can donate $1, $5, $10, or whatever it is, and it'll help out the channel. I would really appreciate it, especially among this virus situation. A lot of people are losing their jobs. I might potentially lose mine. So, anything, if you guys could donate anything that would help, it would be fantastic. I know the last stream that I did, someone donated $10 whole. That was fantastic, and I am still grateful for that. So like I said, whether it's $1, $5, or $10, you can donate to the Super Chat and leave a message, and obviously I'll be reading it. So anyway, today we're talking about the music industry and how the virus has really wrecked almost everything in terms of the music industry. And what's been happening lately is a lot of shutdowns, as you guys know. If you haven't experienced a shutdown wherever you are, congratulations. Like, I'm happy for you. I'm glad that that's not the case. However, I know here where I am in Atlanta, there are a whole lot of shutdowns. Luckily, there's not a shutdown yet of like restaurants and places like that. So when you come to Atlanta and in the outskirts of like Gwinnett County and all that, you can actually see restaurants and stuff still open and operating. So there's that. But I know for a fact that a lot of people are suffering, especially in California, in places like that. And I know it's getting really bad in other countries like Italy. So tonight we're going to talk about how the virus has affected the overall music industry and how it's going to affect us in the future further. I know for myself, I've performed in plenty of places, plenty of bars, plenty of restaurants and things like that, churches and all those things. And I know that you get paid for those things, and so how everybody else right now is getting fired or being let go or anything like that, you have to consider that musicians all the same are being let go as well. And so people don't think about those guys. They don't think about the musicians. They don't think about the bandmates who have to be cut, who have to be minimized because of everything that's going on, and it's such a shame. And so just to give you guys a quick story, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of the Zac Brown Band. If you've heard of the Zac Brown Band, then you know for a fact the Zac Brown Band is huge. I mean, there were like 15 to 20 members of one band. I remember one time I saw a concert of theirs, and there had to have been about 20 people on stage. I'm not even exaggerating. That band has a lot of people, okay? And my local news station just reported that, and I'll read you the headline. This was the moment when Zac Brown, the leader of Zac Brown Band, began to cry. This is a quote. "For the last 15 years, my crew, who I carried with me out on the road to play my shows and do what we do, I've had to let go of about 90% of my band." Once again, they have about 20 people that are part of that band that he feeds, that he pays. Every album, every song, there's royalties, there's payments, all of that. And he's had to pay each and every one of them. You understand? So the fact that that happens, the fact that he had to do that is a huge punch to the gut. And it just shows you the impact that everything's having right now on the people, on the bandmates and the people that are present and the people that have to get fed and who rely on paychecks like that. And it really is a shame. And Zac Brown Band is not the only band. That's one of many. There are so many bands right now that are literally suffering because there are there's no relief right now. There's no relief for these bands and these people who are part of these. Let's talk about tours for a second, okay? tours make a huge part of music. And little do you guys know, and you may not know this, but music touring has a lot to do with the industry as a whole. And without touring, you're not able to really get the feel of a band, and you're not able to see them go out and see them perform. Because we don't, like, for example, think of any band. The likeliness that they are from your area is low. So that brings down the likeliness that they will perform in your area. Okay? So if you take that idea and you understand the effects of wiping out the tour dates, wiping out the ability to travel, then you start to realize that you more and more every day that the touring, now that it's eliminated, it is going to bring a huge dent in the music industry. Okay, so I know for myself, I was about to get signed to a band. They were like I was going to get signed to a punk rock group basically, and it was recent, probably last year ago, near December. And those guys made their living off of traveling and playing different gigs in Washington, D.C., New York City, and places like that. So, of course, I'm right now really concerned about them because I know that the guy who talked to me, he was like, yeah, man, we make a lot of our money like this. We do a lot of our, he told me he has a new baby with his wife, and he has to travel and tour in order to afford basically his life. And so to hear the unfortunate news that a lot of these tour dates have been totally canceled, totally wiped out, is pretty heartbreaking, and it sucks to understand that there are people like him who will no longer have the opportunity to tour during this virus, during this outbreak. And that's terrible. I think it sucks. And so for me, I really wish that more people would pay a lot of attention to the musicians, to the artists who are really trapped in the studio right now. They're trapped in the confines of their studios. They can only record. And like I said, for the city of Atlanta, it's definitely different because our Mayor Bottoms, she just announced that, and that's my wife opening the closet, that Mayor Bottoms just announced that they're all like large group venues, restaurants, bars shut down. It's over. It's totally done. And what that means, and I just explained to you that a lot of playing and a lot of the artistry that you would be doing in places like this, like bars that I performed at and venues like that, they're shut down. That gives no outlet for the homegrown artist. That gives no outlet for the person who was going to perform there, and that means no money, and that's a huge deal. It's really heartbreaking that there are so many people that deal with that. And once again, if you guys are joining the stream, you can actually shoot me a super chat. You can donate $1, $5, or $10 to the stream, whatever you feel right now. It would be fantastic. So once again, super chat, you can donate. I appreciate it. So let's talk about Coachella. And I don't know if I know a lot of people know about Coachella, and Coachella is a huge deal. And so many artists have been. So for example, Big Sean was going. He was actually one of the headliners, and he was going to perform at Coachella. And oops, sorry, I hit the microphone. And recently, he was talking on Hot Ones with Sean Evans on YouTube, and he was explaining how it is so sad that so many people, including himself, cannot perform at Coachella even for the first time because it's been shut down, because obviously it's a hazard. And it's, I felt for him, and I felt for the people who couldn't be a part of it. People like, so Vanessa Hudgens, right? Oh my God. If you guys don't know who Vanessa Hudgens is, just look up High School Musical, okay? So Vanessa Hudgens went on Instagram, and she was like, oh my God, I can't believe this. This is tragic. I understand people are dying, but isn't that like inevitable? And I'm like, that's the biggest issue right now, is people like her. It's people like her who are so far flung from the issues of people like myself or my wife or my friends who are being let go from their jobs, who are being personally devastated by the virus. And it's the fact that people don't care, or they're not thinking about it. They're just so far away from it. and they're so secure financially that they're not even thinking, oh my God, the decision to shut down Coachella is saving actual lives. And the fact that she only cared about enjoying herself at Coachella, and she went as far to say that, oh my God, I can't believe that I can't enjoy myself anymore. But isn't death inevitable anyway? Like, why do we care? And that's the kind of thing I hate. Regardless of who you are, you have to realize this virus is serious. I have a platform of only a few people who watch me, obviously not a whole lot of people, but I have a platform where people do listen to me. And I like to, make it clear the virus is serious. The virus is something to be aware of, and it's not something to take lightly. And so, that being said, I like the way that Big Sean responded to it on Hot Ones. Go check out the video. If I can, I'll put the link in the description. But if you go check out the video, you can actually see where he was talking about the virus, and he was like, yeah, man, I was a headliner. I was going to perform. And then he changed his tone. He said, but I understand why they're doing this. But I understand the reason why we can't do this. And that's what made me excited to listen to him, because, it was a great opportunity for us to really hear what he had to say as a musician, as somebody who is higher up. And he really put in perspective, hey, I won't be able to perform this year or until later this year. But at least it's saving lives. So that's a great point. And also, just to make it clear, Coachella is actually going to be in October. Okay, so far, Coachella is still scheduled. It's postponed right now until October. So it's not that it's canceled, to be clear. It's postponed until October. But understand how much money goes into Coachella. You're talking hundreds of millions of dollars between sponsors, musicians, attendees. I mean, you're talking millions of dollars wiped out, cleaned, right? And we don't know how long this is going to last. We don't know how long the virus is going to go on for. We can't see into the future, but as far as October, that is devastating to the music industry. Okay. Now, I know a lot of people are thinking, well, you still have streams, right? You still have live, you still have streaming platforms. You still have YouTube, so they can post on YouTube. Y'all don't understand something, man. Like, in terms of the dollar bill, YouTube and streaming, like Spotify and stuff like that, you ain't getting no real money, man. You not. Those platforms do not offer you as much money as you think they do. Okay? Let's talk about YouTube for a second. I know people think YouTube just be shelling out money. I'm the first one to tell you that it doesn't. Okay? Now, if you are a person like Justin Bieber, who has the highest views on YouTube, I think, right now, for a musician. All right. You got Justin Bieber. Every song I think he posts probably gets about, let's say, 50 million views, right? 50 million views probably amounts to about $200,000. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty good. But I want you to think about Justin Bieber. I want you to think about who he is, and I want you to think about how much it costs just to get Justin Bieber from point A to point B, okay? So, let's say Justin Bieber puts out a song on YouTube, okay? Let's be clear of how long it takes to get paid from a YouTube video. It takes about a month, right? YouTube shells out a check per month for whatever it is or do, all right? So per month, that's what you're looking at. But if you understand who Justin Bieber is, you got to realize his mortgage on his house is probably 5 times that or something in that range. The mortgage for his house that him and his wife live in is probably in the millions. So, I mean, that's nothing for a big musician like him, right? Okay, now let's talk about smaller musicians, right? The guys who could greatly benefit from a song going viral. I've been on YouTube since 2012, and maybe only one video I've ever posted has gone viral. One. And when I say viral, right now it's only I think it's 82,000 views, okay? In the spectrum of virality, that's nothing. Okay? So an average musician is not going to be hitting 60 million views like a Justin Bieber. Like, oh, I'm Drake. I'm just gonna put out my video and my music and I'm good. And that's all I need. That's just not true. At all. It is not true. And to think that that's the case, you're playing yourself. And you're really going to put yourself in a position where you're going to lose a lot of money as a musician, as an artist, because that is not where your money is. Your money is in going out and going on tours. That's all it is. It looks like my stream is freezing up a little bit. I might have to change something up. Give me a second. Can you guys see me? Is everybody there? Can you see me? Or is it freezing up? Let me know. If it's freezing up, I might need to change something. Oh, my end is freezing up. That's why I'm asking. So I don't know if it's still freezing up on you guys' end. But anyway, as you guys are, because I know this lags a little bit, so let me know if it's freezing. But, and once again, if you're joining us, I have something called Super Chat. I'm sure you've heard of it. Super Chat. You can donate to my channel. $1, $5, $10, whatever it is, whatever you feel is right. It's greatly appreciated right now. If you'd like to do that, once again, there's a little bar at the bottom. Super Chat. You can press it, add an amount, send it. It'll be fantastic. I'll give you a special shout out as well. But yes, you have to tour. I don't care what you say. I don't care how you feel. You have to tour. Period. And without musicians and artists being able to tour, they're going to lose tons of money. That's just the way it is. So yes, the music industry right now is being abused. Is being abused. It is being harassed. It's being beaten up, and it's so sad. It's such a shame to see a lot of my musician friends and artists friends being completely lambasted right now because they're unable to tour the way they want to. They're unable to go out and do the things that they want to do and have that freedom. It's a shame. And so I'm excited. I think it's going to be pretty great when everything gets back together again. I think what I've learned so far in this experience is that music is so important. I mean, if you guys check out the video that I made, it's a video that basically talks about. I made a video called the best songs to listen to during a quarantine, right? So if you were to listen or watch that, then you would understand like music is so important just to get through times like this, just to get through moments of insecurity and fear. And there are a lot of artists like Childish Gambino, for example. Childish Gambino just recently put out a whole album on his website. Okay, now I want to explain to you how significant that is. He didn't use Spotify. He didn't go to YouTube. He literally just created an entire album with features and put it on a website that people can go listen to. So that is the most important part about this, is that you don't need those platforms like Spotify and YouTube. However, it's super important to understand that they're useful to a degree. So, you know, I think it's something that we all need to think about right now, and learning to, when everything gets back to normal, understanding how important it is to support an artist, how important it is to support our local artists, especially local artists, guys. Stop always going to the concerts of the big guys and the big artists and the Beyoncés and the Drakes, okay? You guys need to learn how to support your local artists as well, so that they have the opportunity to gain exposure too, right? Add them on your Instagram or Twitter, or give them a shout out, because what people don't understand is, like, when you share stuff, when you share like experiences, like going to a certain event with an artist, and you share that, other people will see it and other people will follow that person, or other people will follow their music. Like, you guys sharing and stuff is so powerful. Like, that's why I always encourage you guys, share my streams and share my videos, because it is such a powerful tool. Because before anybody trusts a stranger, they'll trust you, right? So what you need to learn, guys, is when you see an artist that you like, don't just sit there and say, wow, I like this person. Don't just sit there and say, wow, their music is great, and keep it to yourself. Put it out there. Give it to somebody else. It's like a gift. It's free. You hand it to somebody else and say, hey, listen to these guys. Hey, listen to this. This is fantastic. I think this is great. You should listen to it. That is one of the greatest gifts you can give an artist or any type of creator, right? Is giving the gift of sharing. Sharing the content, sharing the song, sharing the album. It is, and that person will share it and share it and share it. I hate to say it like this, but it's true. And before I get into it, anybody just joining us, welcome. Thank you so much for joining the Song Theory live stream. If you guys missed the live stream, you're watching the video version of this right now, that's fine. Thank you for being here. Make sure you subscribe. But if you are on the live stream and you're new, there's something called Super Chat. Super Chat, you can actually donate $1, $5, or $10 to the channel, which would greatly help. It'll be greatly appreciated. And you can find it at the bottom of your screen called Super Chat. Press it, add whatever amount, and send it. Whatever it is, I appreciate it. Thank you. Now, let's talk about something, and this is going to sound crazy when I say it, but I'm going to say it, okay? Here we go. Think of the way that you share things like the virus, all right? This is going to sound crazy. When you share music, okay, and it gets to one person, that one person is going to share it with somebody else. And then that person is going to share it with 3 more people, and then 5 more people, and then so on. This is the essence of popularity and the essence of becoming viral, okay? Let's talk about any artist you've ever heard of. Without people sharing their content, without people sharing their music and sharing what they've done, they cannot and will never become popular. Think of the virus that's going around right now the same way. That's why they call it going viral on the internet. Because when one person shares it and someone else shares it, everyone gets it, right? And that's one of the greatest gifts you can give an artist or a creator is sharing their stuff. And that's why I encourage it. So, take that as a lesson, take that as, whatever you want. But when you understand these things, you realize that in times like this, how important it is to share content, how important it is to share somebody else's work and tell somebody about it and be upfront and say, hey, I just discovered these guys or this person or this girl or this guy. I think they're great. Their content is fantastic. I love them. You guys should listen to them too. And I think that will take, that will give anybody a little bit more leeway, because when everything is shut down and you can't tour, then yeah, you can get a little bit more off of a video if you posted. Yeah, you can get a little bit more off of posting on Spotify because now more people know about you. Even in the setting that we're in now, I'm trapped in this room. I can't go nowhere. I went out a couple times today, but once everything's really actually shuts down, we ain't going nowhere. So the best thing you can do in that time is to share content that you found. And like I said, I appreciate you guys watching this stream. I thank you so much. I know there's a lot going on right now, and there's a lot of issues in this world, and there's a lot of people who feel trapped. And I hope that when I post stuff like this and I post videos, I've been posting a video literally every single day because I know the importance of getting out content and trying to be like an escape for you guys, whether it's from school or work or whatever it is. Or even the virus itself. I hope that my content is reaching out to you guys and that you guys, feel a little bit of levity, feel a little bit lighter every time I post something. And, I wanted to make a live stream about the virus and about how it's affecting everything, because I think people are only focused on healthcare workers. They're only focused on the restaurant people or the people that are at bars, but no one thinks about the artist. No one thinks about the artist who was going to have an art gallery that might have paid for, their life for the next 5 months. And now the art gallery has been canceled. Now they're not going to be able to pay their rent. They're not going to be able to feed themselves because they don't have a normal 9-to-5 job. What about them, right? What about the people who live off the tour dates that would have been set up this year or this month, and now it's all gone? Think about those people. That's what this stream is about. This stream is about you guys thinking about those people, thinking about the people who are not like everybody else, and those who pick up a guitar or play the drums or bass guitar or a trumpet or sing, and that's how they make their money. Think about them and how they're affected. Someone asked, do you think this, I'm assuming the virus, do you think the virus has to do with the Bible prophecy? I have no idea. I mean, I know a lot of people, excuse me, I hit the computer. I think a lot of people are asking that question, and I cannot answer that. I have no idea. Could it be? Probably, sure. But we don't know until everything gets further along, right? We don't know what God's plan is. We don't know what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? And whatever your beliefs or whatever you think, that's you. I personally, like I said before, I think that, everything has a reason. I understand divine intervention or divine fate, all of that. But I don't know. I mean, the end prophecies, like anybody can argue that, but you can make that argument from 1918 when the Spanish flu came out. You know what I mean? Anyone could have thought then that was the end, but it wasn't, right? So all I can do is just continue on and think, okay, there's a tomorrow. Okay, there's a next week. That's all I can do, and think for the future and think what to do next. That's all I can do. And I think that's important for anybody is like, this is crazy right now. Like this, you guys are living in a page of a history book right now. We all are. This is not like when the Spanish flu or the 1918 pandemic happened. They didn't think they would be a part of a history book and we'd be talking about it then. In the next 20 years, they'll be talking about the 2020 pandemic. And our experiences right now and what we do at this point will make or break us as a society, as a country, as a civilization, a species, right? So whether it's music or healthcare or food or whatever it is, we just have to understand that we have a part to play. And if our part is staying home and making sure we don't infect somebody else, that's our part. If our part is, hey, let's get together and share each other's content, share each other's music, and help each other out, then that's our part. And that's why, anybody watching this stream or watching this as a video or however, share this, right? Share the content, share it with somebody else, encourage them, give it to somebody else. If anybody is just coming onto the stream, we do super chats, $5, $10, whatever it is you want to donate to the channel, you can. But when you think of it that way, that's kind of how you got to see it. So, right now, everything's getting worse every day. It's sad. It sucks, but it's true. And all we can do is just stay ready for whatever's next. Just stay prepared. Don't hoard materials. Don't hoard anything. Don't make it hard for somebody else to live just because you're scared, right? Everybody's afraid a little bit. And for people to say they're not afraid right now, just in the slightest way, they're lying. I think everybody right now is a little scared because we don't know what's going on. And so just to be honest, just to be open is really important right now. So, I just think we got to keep that in mind. We really do. And I'm just glad to have a platform like this and put out my content and put out my thoughts and tell you guys what I think, because, now you have the perspective of somebody else. You have the opinion of somebody else, somebody that you might have talked to face to face. I have the platform to give you guys something that you wouldn't have gotten otherwise. So, I thank you guys so much for watching this stream. If you guys are on regular YouTube and you missed the stream, thank you for watching this video this far. I mean, this is 38 minutes in. If you made it this far, like, wow, thanks. But I think that's something we need to keep in mind, guys. And, I love all of you out there. I mean that. I'm serious. Like, I wouldn't want anything to happen to any of you. I know I only have a few, 3,000 subscribers, but every one of them means something to me. Every view is important. Every comment, every like and share. Thank you so much. And I appreciate you guys so much for kicking it with me, being here. Even the few views that I do get, it makes me feel great to know you guys are watching and sharing the content. So I appreciate you guys. This is the end of the stream. This is it. Like I said, we're already running over the 39-minute mark. I try to make sure that my streams are like 30 minutes or less, but I went over a little bit. It's okay. I'm answering questions. I love you guys. And once again, before I go, if you would like to donate to the stream, you can. You still have the chance before I turn this off. If you'd like to donate to the stream, $1, $5, $10, it's up to you. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you. And if you guys are watching this as a YouTube video, literally just watching to the end of the video and commenting is just as good too. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And I hope once again, to conclude all of this, keep in mind, guys, everybody is suffering right now. The music industry, the sports industry, the fashion industry. I mean, everybody is suffering. Your neighbors, your family members, check up on them, call them and make sure they're okay. There's just so much going on right now that this virus is ruining, and we need this virus to go away. We really do, because things are just getting worse, and that's the last thing we need right now, is for things to get worse. So, we thank you so much for joining the stream. We appreciate it. We appreciate the likes, the comments, the subscriptions. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like and share this. Thank you so much. Signing off, guys. I love you. And I hope you all have a great day and a better tomorrow. God bless. I'll see you all later.